Instead, he plans to keep on investing, hold prices steady, and weather the storm.
To weather the storm technically refers to surviving a storm, a real storm. For example, if you're out on a boat and you get caught in a storm, you may not have any choice but to try to weather the storm. If you're unsuccessful, you could very well be dead, drowned. Similarly, if it's a severe enough storm and you're on land, for example, a hurricane, you go inside, hang out, try to weather the storm. Now, in a metaphorical sense, weather the storm refers to going through and surviving a period of difficulty. So, for example, if the company is going to lay off a lot of people and you want to keep your job, then you might just try to work real hard, do the best you can, and try to weather the storm. Way back during the Great Depression, there was a 25% unemployment rate for quite a number of years. Now, I'm not sure if this is a real 25% employment rate the way we count it now, or perhaps people might get jobs for a little while, so they were still on the payroll, but then they'd lose their jobs, so they were back on unemployment again. So a lot of people didn't have much choice but to try to weather the storm. Similarly, with this great recession that we've had for the past 7 years or so, a lot of people, they had pretty decent jobs before, nice salary, good benefits. Now they're having a hard time making as much money as they made before, and they don't have much choice except to try to weather the storm.
Her campaign launch video, released on May 4th, begins with a scene of Miss Fiorina turning off a television showing Mrs. Clinton's launch video. On the stump, she repeatedly accuses the Democratic frontrunner of being untrustworthy.
Stump refers to a politician literally standing on a stump where a tree used to be to elevate above the crowd to give a speech. So you could just imagine Abe Lincoln traveling the countryside and getting on top of stumps and giving speeches to people. So the most common use of stump is a stump speech. It would be a speech that a politician gives to different crowds of people. Maybe they even repeat the same basic speech in different ways to each crowd. Okay, so a stump is what's left over after a tree is chopped down, and in this sense, it turns into a natural platform for somebody to be able to give a speech. And likewise, a stump is a platform raised above the surrounding level to give prominence to the speaker on top of it. So in this context, on the stump, Hillary Clinton repeatedly accuses Democratic runner of some offense, which means that she is doing this during a type of speech that she gives to smaller audiences in different places, where she may run around and give 10 speeches over the course of a day. Most politicians have a stump speech that's pretty similar, that they might change every week or so, or maybe they have 2 or 3 different stump speeches that they give, because most of the time they're going to move on to a different audience, and the new audience that they meet didn't get a chance to hear the previous speech. But they do have to change their stump speech quite often, because before you know it, it's on the news. So if they keep repeating the same thing over and over again, then people will start to wonder why they should bother to go see the speech anyway, when they can just see the speech that somebody gave last week and on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that politicians speaking on the stump are pretty different people than what they are in real life.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
Click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.